If you're buying or selling real estate and you're worried about today's interest rates, you're going to want to watch this video. It's going to give you 3 tips on how to deal with interest rates if you're a buyer or a seller. If this is your first time on the channel, I'm Teia Golden, a real estate agent in McCall, Idaho. On this channel, I give information about real estate and about living and investing in Idaho. So if that's information you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Every day I get calls asking about Idaho, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Whether you're thinking about moving here today or next year, feel free to reach out and give me a call and we can make it a smooth transition. The number 1 tip that I have for you today, something that if you haven't already done it, you definitely want to do this, is to check and see if the interest rate is assumable. So if you're selling your home, I think everybody that lists a home for sale that has a mortgage should call their mortgage company and see if their rate that they locked in, most of the people right now have low locked in rates. So we're gonna wanna call and see if that rate is assumable for the buyer. Everybody should know this. And if a buyer's agent calls the listing agent, they should know immediately, is this loan assumable? Yes or no? If it is assumable, that is a marketable feature for the home. Recently, my mom, she also sells real estate in Florida. She had a seller who happened to have an assumable loan. So these buyers came in, they owed the seller, she was representing the seller, they owed around $400,000 on their mortgage. The buyer was able to assume the $400,000 mortgage, but still pay the sellers an additional $300,000. The buyers took out a second mortgage through the same lender at today's interest rates, but were able to assume the $400,000 at the lower interest rate. So they had overall a $600,000 loan, but some of it was at a higher interest rate and some was at the lower interest rate. So this saved them thousands of dollars and put them into a home that they might not have been able to afford if they weren't able to assume this mortgage. So for sellers, it opens up your buyer pool. And then for buyers, if you're out there shopping and sellers don't know if their loan is assumable or not, it's something that you can ask the agent, and this might open up the amount of inventory that's available to you. The second way to combat high interest rates is to check out some owner financing options. When you're searching in Trulia, there is a search bar that says owner, that leaves an open search. You can type in there owner finance, owner carry, and then it'll pull up all of the homes that are offering owner financing. If you're selling a house and you do not have a mortgage on it, maybe owner financing is an option for you. Maybe you could charge more interest than what your investments are making. So somebody could put down a pretty reasonable down payment and you can offer to owner finance the rest. So this is another way to combat the higher interest rates, is to, if you're a buyer, check out owner finance opportunities, and if you're a seller, to look and see if you want to offer owner financing to open up the amount of buyers that might be interested in your home. The last tip I have for you here, it's really good, and this is if the seller can't offer owner financing and you don't want to pay today's current interest rates, you can get a rate buy down. In McCall, Idaho, majority of the buyers are buying investment properties. If you're putting 20% down on an investment property, 6% of the purchase price of the home, of the total purchase price, can be given back to the buyer to buy down their interest rate. So this can really help get interest rates down to where they were last year or at the end of last year. For this last tip to happen, the seller does have to be willing to basically take a 6% discount off of their purchase price in order to buy the buyer's rate down. So this might not work for homes the first day they come on the market, but if you see that a home has been sitting on the market for a little while, it would definitely be an opportunity to make an offer that buys down your interest rate. Buying and selling in today's market can be a little tough, but these tips are actual things that are happening every day in the real estate market and are how people are getting things closed. So if this has given you more information, you could also watch this video, and it's how to maximize your home value in 2023.